All right. Well, at this time, it is time for our Tribe Talk, and this week's Tribe Talk is probably brought to you by bribery. And I say that because none other than Tim Scherer, one of our tech wizards here, is coming to do our Tribe Talk, but I'm kind of concerned that he might have bribed his team to give him extra time, because they control that. So I'll be timing you, Tim. Why don't you come up here? Can we give him a hand as he comes to share the Word of God with us today? All right, Tim, you know the drill, and if you're new here at church with us, we like to give somebody in our congregation 3 minutes to share what they've been learning as we've been reading together in our reading plan. So, Tim, you got 3 minutes. What are you going to talk about?
Thessalonians 1 and 2.
Oh, wow. Good luck.
I don't know whose bright idea it was to hand me a microphone, but okay. So we'll start with that. So we'll get into this right off the bat here. When we look at Thessalonians, there's 2 different books that have amazing content to it. And with that being said, we look at the first Thessalonians. Paul's already left the church. He's going and trying to go down to Athens and Corinth and everything else. He's been chastised. He's been made fun of. He's been pushed. He's been told that he's not worth his salt. And then comes Silas and Timothy coming back. They're saying, hey, look, you have no idea whatsoever how fired up these people are up here. And Paul was like, I've done what I needed to do with that place. He got encouraged. He sends them a letter. It is the most encouraging things you'll ever see. But he also throws in, after the fact, thinking back at it, going, hey, look, I've got some things that I need to worry about. What about some of the people that are sitting on their laurels, sitting on their thumbs, not thinking, just sort of hanging out and just doing what they think they should be doing? So when we start looking at that, I'm big into the final thoughts of any of these books. And when it comes down to it, he's sitting there saying, I'm going to try to find the excerpt here. We hear that some among you are idle and disruptive. They are not busy, they are busybodies. That sounds like some people that we may have come across here or there in our time inside church. When we're at church, we start at home. We start in the church. It's about coming together, doing what needs to be done. Paul, as a teacher, would sit there and say, hey, look, I want to tell you, I want to show you, I'm going to let you do it, I'm going to observe you, and you're going to have the praises of the Lord. You're going to have those gifts are going to be bountiful. And it's all because you're going out and you're following the example that we set forth for you, saying, hey, look, you're going to go out, you're going to be active. How can you be active? Are you going to sit there? Are you going to watch everybody do everything that needs to be done? Are you going to be idle? When you're idle, are you contributing? Are you spreading the word? Are you spreading by your example? As Christ followers, we have an example. We have a standard that we need to set that is above and paramount to anything else that we'll ever do in our lives. We step forward by our example, by going out, sharing the gospel, and showing everybody resurrection power is what is going to make or break us. We are saved, and we need to share that with everybody. So when we sit in our church, and we sit in our families, we sit in our communities, are we doing everything we need to do? Are we leading by that example? Are we going out and saying, hey, look, this is what needs to be done. This is how you help your friend, your neighbor, the people that are non-believers. Do we show them the light? So when I look at one commercial that runs back into my head, there was a guy, he was a pastor, he said, don't just sit there, do something.
Wow. Don't just sit there, do something. Awesome, Tim. Can we give him another round of applause? What a great word.